Have you ever had that strange moment when you walk into a room and completely forget why you went there? Or maybe you meet someone new, shake their hand, and a second later, their name is gone from your mind. You smile, laugh awkwardly, but inside you think, what's wrong with me? Is my brain getting old? We all have moments like that. And the truth is, it's not just age. It's how we live, think, and treat our brain every single day. Your brain isn't like a machine that breaks down. It's more like a muscle. It grows stronger when you use it right. But if you stop challenging it, it gets lazy. And that's when you start to feel slow, forgetful, or even unmotivated. Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, this is a place where we improve our English through stories that inspire, teach, and make you think. So before we start, tell me in the comments, where are you listening from today? I love seeing our global community. It reminds me that we're all learning, growing, and keeping our brains young together. Okay, so let's begin our story. This is a story about a man named Daniel. Daniel was 72 years old, a retired teacher from a small coastal town in England. His hair was white, his back was slightly curved, but his eyes, they still had that spark, that light of curiosity. Every morning, Daniel walked down to the beach. He loved watching the waves crash against the shore. He said it helped him think. But one morning, something small, something random, changed his life. He was sitting at his favorite cafe, sipping coffee, when two young travelers came in. They were speaking Spanish, fast, passionate, full of rhythm. Daniel couldn't understand a word, but he loved how alive it sounded. That night, he couldn't stop thinking about it. He asked himself, could I still learn something new at my age? The next day, Daniel walked into a bookstore and bought a beginner's Spanish book. The cashier looked surprised. "For your grandson?" she asked. Daniel smiled. "No, for me." And that's how it started. At first, it was frustrating. He forgot words 5 minutes after learning them. He mispronounced everything. But he didn't give up. He listened to podcasts, watched Spanish cartoons, repeated short phrases every day. And something strange happened. He began to feel sharper, more focused, more awake. After a few weeks, Daniel realized he was remembering small details again. Grocery lists, birthdays, where he left his keys. His friends noticed too. "You seem younger," one said. Daniel laughed. "Maybe I am." But what really changed wasn't his face or body. It was his brain. By learning, by staying curious, he was literally keeping it young. Scientists say that when you learn something new, like a language, your brain grows new connections. It's like building new roads between cities. The more roads you have, the faster and easier ideas travel. That's why people who stay mentally active often feel more energetic, creative, and emotionally balanced. So today, let's talk about how you can do that. How you can keep your brain young no matter your age. And yes, we'll practice English along the way. Step 1. Challenge your brain every day. Your brain loves novelty. New things, new problems, new patterns. But many people stop learning after school. They do the same things every day, in the same way, and wonder why life feels dull. If you want your brain to stay young, you must challenge it daily. It doesn't have to be big. Learn one new English word. Watch a short video about something you don't know. Try using your non-dominant hand to brush your teeth. These tiny challenges tell your brain, stay awake, stay alive. Daniel used to call it the morning puzzle. Every morning, he picked one Spanish phrase to practice. Some days he forgot. Some days he got it right. But what mattered was the effort, that daily spark of curiosity. Step 2. Move your body to move your mind. This one might surprise you. Physical movement directly affects your brain. Every time you walk, dance, or even stretch, you increase blood flow to your brain. More oxygen means better memory, focus, and creativity. Daniel used to take long walks by the sea and listen to Spanish songs. He said that somehow words stuck better when he moved. And that's true. Studies show that people who exercise regularly have younger, healthier brains. Not because of magic, but because movement wakes up your neurons. So if you want to remember English words better, don't just sit, move while you listen. Walk and repeat sentences. Dance while you practice. Let your body help your brain. Step 3. Connect with people. Do you know what's even more powerful than studying alone? Talking. Human connection is like food for your brain. When you talk, especially in a second language, you activate multiple areas: memory, emotion, logic, creativity. Daniel joined an online Spanish group. He said the first session was terrifying. Everyone spoke faster than he could follow. But slowly, week by week, he began to respond, laugh, share jokes. And with every conversation, he noticed his confidence and memory growing. So don't isolate yourself. Even if you make mistakes, talk. Comment in English under this video. Join online communities. Speak out loud. Because your brain doesn't learn from silence, it learns from interaction.
Step 4. Feed your brain right. Your brain is a living organ. It needs good fuel. Omega-3 fats, water, fruits, vegetables. These things literally protect your neurons. When Daniel started learning Spanish, he also changed his diet. He said, "I realized I can't expect my brain to work well if I feed it junk." He started cooking simple meals with olive oil, fish, and colorful vegetables. After a few weeks, he said his focus improved and he felt lighter, mentally and physically. So next time you grab a snack, ask yourself, is this feeding my brain or just my cravings? Step 5. Rest and sleep. This one is simple but powerful. During sleep, your brain cleans itself. It removes toxins and builds stronger connections. That's why after a good night's sleep, you often find that you remember things better. When you don't sleep enough, your brain ages faster. It becomes foggy, slow, emotional. Daniel used to stay up late reading, but when he began going to bed earlier, he said learning became easier. "It's like my brain says, 'Thank you,' in the morning," he joked. Step 6. Stay curious. This might be the most important one. Curiosity is the energy of youth. When you stop asking questions, you stop growing. Daniel once told me, "The day I stop learning is the day I die." That might sound dramatic, but it's true. Curiosity keeps your mind flexible. It helps you adapt, explore, and discover new ways of seeing the world. So be curious. Ask why. Try things. Watch English videos not because you have to, but because you want to. Read a short story and imagine what happens next. Play with language. Learn because it's exciting, not because it's homework. And let me tell you, your brain will thank you for it.
Months passed, and Daniel kept learning. Every morning, his Spanish notebook grew thicker. He could finally hold small conversations, order coffee, even tell a joke. One day, he booked a flight to Spain, something he had always dreamed of but never dared to do. When he arrived in Madrid, he walked into a small cafe, just like the one back home. The waiter smiled and said, "¿Qué desea, señor?" Daniel took a deep breath and replied, "Un café con leche, por favor." His voice was calm, confident, natural. The waiter nodded, and Daniel smiled, not because he had said the sentence correctly, but because he realized something beautiful. He wasn't just learning words. He was keeping his brain alive. That night, as he walked through the streets of Madrid, the city lights reflecting in his glasses, Daniel felt something he hadn't felt in years, a deep sense of connection. To people, to the world, to himself. He whispered quietly, "I'm still young." And that's the secret, my friend. You don't need magic pills or time machines. You just need to stay curious, keep learning, and take care of the amazing brain you already have. Maybe you're learning English right now and sometimes feel tired or slow. But remember, every new word, every new sentence is a spark. You are literally creating new pathways in your brain. You're training it to stay young, flexible, alive.
So don't stop. Keep learning. Keep exploring. Because the moment you stop challenging yourself, that's when your brain starts to grow old. And if you ever doubt yourself, think of Daniel, a man who started learning at 72 and found his second youth through curiosity, language, and courage. Now, before we end, I want you to ask yourself one question. What's one new thing you want to learn this week? Write it in the comments. Maybe it's 10 new English words. Maybe it's a short podcast. Or maybe it's just taking time to rest. Whatever it is, do it with purpose. Because learning isn't only about knowledge, it's about life. Thank you for listening to this story. If it inspired you, don't forget to subscribe. Here, we learn English through stories that help you grow, dream, and live better. Keep your brain young, your heart open, and your curiosity alive, one story at a time.